are extremely happy to share that California is moving forward. That's the theme for our film festival this year, for the 24th United Nations Association Film Festival. And I would like to share some of the details what happened in this lasting 14 months. And of course, thanks to Pier Paolo Soporito, our a leader for so many years, to have this platform to share. It's always fantastic. And we've been creating and sharing also the movie platform for the last 10 years, working together with the UNAFF Traveling Film Festival and presenting some of the documentaries from our special program. So just a few words for people who are not familiar with the United Nations Association Film Festival. I founded the festival 24 years ago on the premise of one of the most important documents that we have in the world. That's the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was established and created by Eleanor Roosevelt, one of the historic person in the world, and of course in the United States. So the celebration of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has 30 articles, and every article actually speaks in everything what we heard today in this conference and what we've been hearing for so many, many years about how to get together, how to solve the problems in the world. And I'm always inviting to my students to learn about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in these 30 articles. And the conference like this one is giving us an opportunity to share the digital way of understanding peace and creativity, arts, and of course, our future. So one thing that from our experience for the last 14 months was really important is actually that the digital space created for us connections, networking, and the way how we share the world. So for the filmmakers, it's always difficult, particularly what we're hearing also from Melita and some other presenters here, that it's really difficult to be present if you live in Africa, or you live in Australia, or you live far away. And but digital space gave us this moment to connect with different groups, and particularly to give to indigenous people, Native Americans, to give also to disabled people, to give to marginalized groups, to give opportunity to be involved in the creativity and discussion. So what happened actually for the, again, during pandemic, that we creating a space for our film festival, which is always in October. So last year we had our documentary film festival online for 11 days, and we shared 60 documentaries from all over the world. The theme was the power of empathy. And then after that, we started actually creating, and what we've been having for many, many years, these are special programs. Special programs are actually focusing on seniors. So we have UNAFF for seniors, giving our seniors an opportunity to be connected through the digital possibility, and to have a space to be engaged and not be alone, because it was very scary to see our seniors being somehow pushed aside because of the pandemic and because of the technology. There, some of them, they were not really experienced. So we have this program, UNAFF for Seniors, which is really amazingly creative. So we present a documentary, and then we have filmmakers, experts, and then of course professors from Stanford, some other places in the United States join us for the discussion. So recently we just had the documentary Power to Heal, which talks about the civil rights movement in the 50s, in the 60s in the United States, and about racism and the health issues. So that was extremely creative film, which really sparks a lot of questions about what's happening right now in the United States and around the world. And then next week, for example, we are going to have a documentary. It's called Dream in Hanoi, which actually bring us, again, a community, which is ethnic community in our area, Vietnamese population, to be engaged in the discussion about the creativity with the filmmakers who created the documentary, about a collaboration with the American theater and the Vietnamese theater, putting together the Midnight Summer Dream Shakespeare performance in both languages. So that's the way. So this is the elements, how you create possibility for community to be engaged and actively participate and not be just pushed aside. So, and then one of the programs that we are really extremely proud is UNAFF with veterans. So the people come from the wars, and then again, somehow they are forgotten, but you just have a possibility to create for them space to tell the stories from the wars and then be connecting again through the digital space. So, and then the program that we were extremely proud, again, for all these years, but particularly now during pandemic, that was the space for our libraries. Libraries were closed, so you couldn't actually go to the library and get a book. So what we created the opportunity for our filmmakers to share the documentaries which are focusing on particular issues and particular books, so that you have that space, digital space, to be sure that the books are with you through the digital space. So, and then one of the extremely popular programs was actually our program, which again brings empathy, but through understanding humanity and health issues. So that was the program that we created. It was about health and public safety and empathy. And we created this program, the screenings and the panels again, with the filmmakers, the subjects of the films, and experts from the Stanford Medical School. So we're covering a range of issues about the health issues. So the people are really not only seeing the films, but they were getting answers about pandemia, about what's happening in the world with the health issues, about also some other elements that we forgot about, and that is being connected all the time and getting information. And that's how what we were saying from all the panels we are hearing, where is this connection? Connection is actually through the technology, but it's also, connection is through getting this education, getting information, and not really being exposed constantly to the fake news. And once you get actually this information and be educated, of course, that you're going to resist to the fake news, which we are seeing more and more people are questioning fake news. And of course, we live just a few blocks from Facebook and Google, and we are trying to have this space and share also some positive notes about being educated, having a possibility to connect with the world in a positive way. So, because there are a lot of issues that we covered, and one particularly interesting part that I would like also to share and give you a chance to see the trailer from our last year's documentary, which calls From Farms to Incubators. So there is a growing way of understanding agriculture, because as we know, in 2050, we are going to have 9 billion people in this planet. So we have to think about agriculture, we have to think about food, and we have to think, of course, health is extremely important, but the elements how you understand agriculture from a different perspective, and that's from the perspective of women, is now a new movement in Silicon Valley. So we have this element of Agritech. Agritech is something that embraces women, particularly indigenous women, and particularly minority women, who are trying to really understand how the agriculture is working and bringing new solutions. And that's what I would like. Let's see the trailer from the documentary, From Farms to Incubators, and I think that Maria and Martina will help me.
I always wanted to have a farm because food is very cultural for me. My family's from the Philippines. I'm a first-generation American. That was the way I knew how to express my love.
I came here from Vietnam as a refugee, and witnessing the cost of malnutrition, I decided I look for a solution.
My parents are immigrants and they were field workers when they came to the US.
My grandfather was a farmer where he had his own farm that he fed his family with.
When you have a diverse group of people, decision-making is more robust and you get better outcomes, better creativity, because you have different perspectives.
I think maybe you just get used to being a minority and you stop thinking about it after a while. Everyone's an outsider in their own way, I think. Once you're able to focus on the successes and the message that you want to get out there, then the conversation becomes a lot easier.
In America, less than 1% of the population actually farms anymore. So we have a very, honestly, precarious situation where we have an aging population of farmers and not very many people who are doing it.
And it's very, very important that we make this sustainable. So we are putting technology to work to solve that problem.
The story started more than 5 years ago when Diane and I met. Both of us were very passionate about the way in which we can arm community members with a way to stay one step ahead of disease.
We've built a really simple soil test for growers and farmers to be able to look at the biology of their soil. The soil biology plays a huge role in yield and crop health, soil health and sustainability.
At least 3 times a week, we're out in the fields in Salinas. Getting in that feedback directly from our customer base, the growers, who are in desperate need of this technology. So we are making our technology fit the needs of the growers.
So our company, we do equipment tracking, timekeeping, and field scouting. It's a mobile app, so all the data collection is just through your smartphone.
Would you change anything right now as it is?
Yeah, but like the same structure is just like...
Trying to implement that software and telling them we can give them something that works that's better. They've also had other companies come in and say that, but a lot of times it's been companies from Silicon Valley. They come in from a different perspective, and so what makes us unique is knowing the ag side and knowing their processes.
Yeah.
We'll break it. You guys will make it better.
Vitamin A deficiency disorders is just easy to solve, but it's still so prevalent. When I was little in Saigon, my mother, she would get the fruit and dye the rice with it. And the color of it is so strikingly red. I just have the hunch that the fruit was really rich. Red melon, the fruit to me that stand out. I came up with a way so that the farmers can then use whatever they have to make the oil and then keep that oil in their household.
It's important that the field be diversified and that women be at the table. Women don't get treated well unless there are enough, there's a critical mass.
My daughter is 10-year-old. She asks me, what is it that you're doing? And when I share that with her, she has this spark in her eye that, wow, I didn't know that's how you grew strawberries. Once the spark is there, they will find most innovative ways to solve things.
So as you can see, there are so many great, really innovative ideas in this short trailer, and I cannot explain you how much this was really popular in our film festival. And we had a filmmaker, and then also representatives from the also from the FAO in Rome. So there was a lot of people discussing about a different view on the agriculture. And this film, for example, it would be fantastic to present in different parts of the world, particularly in Africa, and then have an open discussion with women, really encouraging women, and particularly younger women, being entrepreneurs and being involved in the new waves of understanding and helping economy. So that was really positive. Again, there are a lot of elements, and I also put in our chat room that for all information, you can visit UNAFF.org. This year Film Festival has a theme moving forward. So obviously we have already submissions from almost like 600 documentaries. Our jury members are reviewing the films, and we are going to present in October, from October 21st to October 31st, our 11 days in person. We are planning to be in person this year with the film festival, and we hope also to talk more about that. I'm planning to be in Venice Film Festival in person this year with Mr. Pier Paolo Saporito, and we are going to also talk about our collaboration and be engaged in our award that we are giving there. So a lot on our plates. I don't want to take more time, but again, would like to thank to all the panelists, and also to thank this extremely important platform for us, which Mr. Pier Paolo Saporito is giving, and also his wonderful team. So thank you.